Wondered what it might be like to sleep with a celebrity? Well, you could be closer than you think to connecting with the stars. We'll be charting some of the most infamous celebrity relationship chains and linking them back to you.
For me, growing up in Hollywood, although it's like a massive place, you find that everybody that goes out to certain clubs or certain restaurants or is in that group, they somehow have been linked to somebody through some way.
On hand to share their experiences and give advice are some straight-talking celebs. Celebrities are insular. So when is the right time?
If you're thinking about having sex for the first time, it's like a really important emotional experience, and for like your self-esteem and your peace of mind, make sure that you're in a loving relationship. And even if you're not, just make sure you practice safe sex.
It's not something that should be rushed into.
No, because you don't want to regret it.
You've got the rest of your life. There's no rush.
It's a long time. Make sure it's the right person, definitely.
So if you've ever fancied popping your cherry with the stars, you could be closer than you think. Every one of us could be linked to a celebrity through one of our sexual partners. But have you ever stopped to wonder how you might be part of a much bigger chain? If you don't practice safer sex and don't use a condom, you're at risk of an STI and an unplanned pregnancy. And remember, if you're on the pill, it has to be taken correctly.
So when I first found out I was pregnant, I was 21, and it was a massive shock. I didn't know what to do, who to turn to, and I could actually probably start crying now. So I was actually on the pill. I was actually taking precaution. I called my parents, and they just said, well, you need to keep the baby, you can't have an abortion. And then I just burst out crying, because I was like, well, why would I want to keep the baby? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? After about so many weeks, I decided to keep the baby, and it's the best thing I've done now.
When you fall pregnant at any age, it is a huge emotional journey. Your whole body changes, your hormones are all over the place. You need to be really supported. To be in a situation where you're going to be looking after a kid for the next 18 years doesn't mean that you won't be a good mum, but that is going to be a really tough, hard learning experience for you.
Recently, actor Jude Law found himself in the press once again after it was reported that he was about to become a father for the 4th time, following a brief affair with 24-year-old American model Samantha Burke.
I'm sure Jude will be a great father to Samantha's kid, but let's not beat about the bush. He has a quick fling around Christmas time, gets his leg over, and now he's got the consequences for a lifetime. Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make.
Every day, newspapers and magazines are covered with stories linking celebrities with each other. And let's face it, it's fascinating stuff. But then, as we've seen, celebrities don't always make good role models, do they? Usually our celebs stick to mixing with other famous people. But once in a while, the celebrity chain is broken, and they're linked to someone from the general public. So who knows? Perhaps somewhere down the chain, the two worlds of celebrity and reality might collide more often than you think. Every time you have unprotected sex with someone, you're essentially having sex with their partner's partners and beyond. Once is all it takes, as our group of friends have demonstrated.
I think safe sex is so important. You've got to use protection, especially if you've only been in a relationship a short amount of time, because you don't know who they've been partners with before.